Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. In today's video, we are continuing with all of the new holiday 2020 high-end makeup releases. And this one I am so excited to share with you guys. This is the new Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Superstar Glow Highlighter. Now this is very interesting because this never stocked on Sephora Canada. It was so weird. I was up early for early access, never saw it stocked. So if you guys were lucky enough to get it, my fellow Canadians, let me know down below, but I had to get this ordered through my US address and then get it couriered up to me in Canada. So we spent a pretty penny on this guy to give you guys all of the information on whether or not I think this is worth the crazy price tag. So if you guys want to know all of my thoughts on this brand new Charlotte Tilbury highlighter, I'm going to be swatching it, trying it on, and also doing a ton of comparisons with some other popular high-end highlights. Then just keep on watching. All right, so let's get right on into it. So this is the brand new Hollywood Superstar Glow Highlighter from Charlotte Tilbury. This is going to be one of the many holiday releases that she's going to be doing. So this highlight is definitely coming back. I just don't know exactly when, but I now have seen it completely wiped out from the Sephora inventory. So as of today, me filming this review, it isn't on Sephora anymore. But based on what I know from this type of thing, it's going to come back. It was just very limitedly released for the early access. The outer packaging of this is actually very similar to the palette. It is that gorgeous bronzy gold, and then it has that jewel sparkle detailing. It's very, very beautiful. On the inside, we do have this silver packaging. You do have a nice mirror that stretches over most of the lid of this product. There's about a 1/2 inch frame around it, and then you see the product itself, and you can see that it actually has the light rays kind of embossed right into the powder. Now, this is a highlight that's supposed to be the ultimate face and body highlighter. It's actually in a nice big compact. This is the exact same compact as the Airbrush matte bronzer, so it is going to be refillable interchangeably. So you can put the bronzer in this silver packaging if you want, or you can put this highlight in the golden packaging if you want. It is supposed to fit in either or, so that is very interesting. But what's even more interesting is the price. This is 55 American dollars, and because I never saw it on Sephora Canada, I'm not completely sure about the Canadian price, but it is the same price as this one, which is the Airbrush Matte Bronzer at 55 American dollars. The Canadian price for this one is 65, so I'm just going to assume that this one is 65 Canadian also. And here's the huge but. You get 16 grams of product in this bronzer. So for 16 grams of product, you get a big, big bronzer, and you get it for 55 American or 65 Canadian. But same price for this highlight, you only get 11.5 grams. So interestingly, she is charging us the same price for less product in this compact. What is it supposed to be? Like some kind of holiday thing that she now gets to charge more per gram of product? I don't understand that. So that's really not sticking with me very well. Obviously, Charlotte Tilbury is a favorite brand of mine, but I don't like that she's charging the same price for this product when it's 4.5 grams less than the other same price product. So this doesn't have a shade name or anything. It just says on the back, the Hollywood Superstar Glow Highlighter. So it's just one shade it looks like. And this shade actually reminded me of a lot of other highlights in my collection. It's kind of like a pinky gold. In the pan, the pink looks like it's going to be fairly pigmented, but actually when you apply it to the skin, it's really nice and smooth. I feel like the pigmentation shows up very, very quickly. I'm actually using my highlight brush. This is the Pro Small Blush Brush from Sephora Collection, and this is picking up product very, very fast. Like one tap, look how much is already on the brush, like a ton. So you literally get a ton of product right away. Just make sure if you're wanting it to be more of a softer look that you go a little bit light-handed. When it comes to if this highlighter actually emphasizes any texture, I'm actually a good person to answer that question because right now on this side of my face, I do have a couple clogged pores. I figured it would be a good idea to take a look and just put it right over top of that. I quickly turned off my ring light so you could see even further and a little bit closer. I'm gonna come really close so you guys can see it. You can slightly see the pores there, but I actually don't think that it makes it look any worse. It's not like it's putting a spotlight over that, but to be honest with you, they're fairly raised anyways. I think it's not going to make them look any better. It's not camouflaging them, but it's certainly not emphasizing them. So that's also a good sign. So you can see that this swatch really details what the shade looks like. It is definitely a pinky rose gold kind of highlight, has a little bit of a peachiness to it, but I think personally it's more of a pinky rose gold. It is interesting how this highlight is marketed as a soft focus glow because I feel like the pigmentation translates very quickly on the skin. I mean, you can see the highlight on my cheek right now. That's a couple of swipes. It gets pigmented very, very quickly. So soft focus, I don't know if I would agree with that, but that's okay. You can definitely make it soft focus, just make sure that you are incredibly light-handed with it. I do have a light to slightly light medium neutral undertone skin tone, and for me it works perfectly fine. I don't have a pink streak on my skin or anything. It's gorgeously blending in and it's really melting into the skin really nicely. I don't know. Almost reminds me of when you pick up product in a Becca highlight compact. I feel like these are also extremely pigmented. You pick up a ton of pigment off the bat. There's a lot of similarities as well with regards to formula. They both have that same creaminess. They both pick up a ton of product with very light taps, and they do have that same slightly frosted finish also on the skin. So they're pretty comparable in my opinion. Now looking at some of the comparisons, you can see here that the closest one out of everything is probably the Charlotte Tilbury Pinky Gold in the new Barv Gold palette. This one, in my opinion, has more of a silvery white component though. But when you actually look at this one, the middle shade is the closest. It's still slightly lighter, not as warm as this one, not as pinky as this one, but we're literally talking about fractions of a difference here. So when it comes to translation on the skin, it's going to be very, very close. So again, it's slight differences. This isn't a like revolutionary different color from highlighters that you probably already have. Although when I kind of think about it, there aren't really like colors that haven't been done, to be honest. Like I feel like everything has been done nowadays. So it's just going to depend on what you value, what you think is worth your money or not. As makeup lovers, I feel like we already have a lot more makeup than we probably need. It's just more of a hobby and a passion more than anything. But when it comes to a highlighter that's this expensive, do make sure that you see what other shades you have comparatively, because if it's kind of like a pinky gold, more than likely you're going to have something in your collection that's going to be a little bit similar. So would I recommend this highlight to you guys? So this is a very short, quick review because I do feel like in my reviews I'm pretty succinct and I don't think I have much more to talk about when it comes to this product. But what I will say is that the only thing I don't like is that she's charging the same amount of money for less product. And this is just talking about her own individual line. We can go talk about other highlights for grams per product and things like that. But when it comes to her own line, this matte bronzer, which is the same compact size, not the size of product, but like the compact size because it's refillable interchangeably. I don't like that this is the same price as this holiday highlight, but it has more product. To me, that just doesn't sit right with me, and I just wish that she didn't do that. I wish that this had been cheaper. The only thing that I could think of is like, is this packaging more expensive to make? But in my opinion, I think it's got to do with holiday and an upsell in holiday merchandise, which kind of sucks to me, to be honest. I do think personally that I'm going to be using this highlight a lot. I do think this is going to be a nice one to wear on your décolleté when you have like a fancy holiday dress on and you want to highlight your collarbone. I don't always do that typically, but I do find if I have a certain neckline, why not? So I have done it in the past, and I think this is a perfect color to do that with. But this is a very versatile shade, very pricey for one shade. It's just going to depend on if you really want it, if you're a Charlotte Tilbury lover, a collector of the brand, and if you think you're going to be using the shade a lot. This is definitely a shade I think is going to work with many, many people, so that I'm very, very happy with. And for myself, it's a good purchase, but do let me know your thoughts about this highlight down below. Is this something you are going to be getting? I don't know. I think she did a really good job with this. The quality is there. This is also going to be a part of a bigger holiday collection. I did find a sneak peek of that collection. So I'm going to put that picture on my video right here. As you can see, there's going to be some brushes. There's going to be a quad, kind of what looks like a palette of pops again. There's going to be some lip products, it looks like, so I'm pretty excited to see what else she comes up with. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this review was helpful. If you have any further questions on this highlight, I would love to answer them. And until my next one, guys, take care, stay safe. Bye, guys.
You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us.